Okay, so we have come to this topic called the Control Program Status Register (CPSR). So it's a quite interesting topic, and if you get this question in your exam, then you're very lucky because it's very easy to answer. You don't have to remember much. The basic definition starts by saying that it is nothing but a register of 32-bit register, which is used in ARM core, and it is used for monitoring and controlling internal operations. If you okay, let me just. Highlighted. uh, 32-bit register used by ARM core, monitoring and controlling internal operations. Let me just switch the color. Okay, so it uses okay, since it is a 32-bit register, it is divided into four equal parts, each of 8-bit. So each 8-bit part have its own function, in which the middle two one, the status and extensions, they are reserved for future use, whereas the first one is the flags. There are four conditional flags and extra additional two flags as well. We'll learn about them in detail in the next concept, like in this lecture itself. And then you also have control, which are nothing but they store processor modes, states, and internals. Processor modes we have already seen, right? So it's like, okay, sorry, my bad. We have to see them now in this section itself. Like different seven modes are there, like user, abort, IRQ, and all stuff. Then you also have interrupt mask and all, FR, IRQ, that all those stuffs. Okay, so we'll just begin with the processor modes. So processor modes determine which registers are active and which have the access rights to the CPSR. They are categorized into two modes, that is privileged and non-privileged. Privileged is like the admin mode, and non-privileged is just the user. Like if you are accessing a website, you can just view and all stuff. It's like that. There are seven processor modes. All are over here in the screen. So it's very simple to remember this. So always remember, for the privileged one, all are S except for user mode. You can see this, right? So it is just what to say. It has four zeros, like 10,000, and then you can remember this one. It has one single one, 10,001, 10,011. See, and then you have 10,111. So see, first you have to go with user mode, fast interrupt request, supervisor, about, or else you can also go like this. See, okay, I'll just draw it. So first, uh, all are zeros, right? One. Okay, gosh, it's so difficult, right? Then you have one, same, 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 1 0 0 1. Now this one comes here. It is like this. See, oh shit, that is zero. Okay, just zero. And then now it was what to say alternative. So you can have two ones, and then oh, there are two zeros. Sorry. Then you can have three ones. Then you can have double one, not double one. Then all are ones. 1 2 3 4 5. See, it's simple, right? All zeros, one alternative, like one. This space is zero, and here it is one. Then both are one. Then all three are one, and then four ones, but in the zero is in the center. Then all are ones. So you can see. This is first, and this is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7. So if you remember them in this order, you just have to change it. If you remember them in this order, it's very simple to understand. Like, I mean, this mode bits, it's simple, easy to know, remember. Like, so it is the user mode. This is interrupt request. Both are interrupt, but this is the fast interrupt request, which has one at the end. Then this is over. You have to go for supervisor and abort mode. Then undefined and system mode. It's not that difficult to remember. It's simple. The short forms are very easy to remember. Mostly they won't even check it if you do one letter mistake, but it's simple, right? We all know how to write a shortcut of any long thing like that. So here are all the transitions when it is in abort mode and all the things. You can look into this. So I'll just highlight the beginning part so that it's like it it's easy for us to revise and stuff like that. So when it is entered in the abort mode, when memory access is failed, interrupt request entered during the interrupt handling. See here, memory access access fails. Let me use another color. And then default mode after reset. Similar to user mode, but allows full CPSR access when an invalid instruction encounter. Used for executing applications. See, it's not that difficult. So we just completed one section, that is processor mode. Now we'll move to the banked registers. You don't have to see much about the banked register, like it has total of 37 registers, in which 20 are banked. Remaining 20 are not, are 13. We have seen previously, they are general purpose registers. In that also you have our 14, 15 and CPSR, SPSR, all those things like program counter, link, register and status pointer and all. ARM processor has 37 registers, 20 are banked registers. Banked registers are hidden registers. See, banked registers are nothing but hidden registers that are only accessible in specific processor mode. Like we also just saw about this all these 7 processor modes, right? And they allow each mode to have its own dedicated registers. Each which mode we are talking about, this processor modes, okay, ensuring that the context switching between modes does not interfere with user mode operation. So user mode is the only mode where only the user is like interacting with the software, and that shouldn't be interrupted. So for that thing, all these things are there. Processor modes and bank register. The ARM processor operates in multiple modes, each with its own set of bank register. You understand, right? All these modes have their own bank, like hidden registers. So these are all, okay, so it's just a repeat of all the modes. And then key features of bank register: user mode and system mode share the same register. See, they share same register, R0 to R15 and CPSR. And then replace user mode registers when a mode change occurs. So each parallel mode has a set of dedicated bank registers which replace user mode register. For example, see, this is the best example. We have a user mode R13 and R14. When interrupt request IRQ occurs, the mode switches to IRQ mode. Sorry for the delay. So see here, you have user mode register like R13, R14 are user mode register, but then if there is a mode switching, then this, instead of user register, they suddenly become the interrupt request registers. That's how, like, bank register replace the user mode registers. They allow fast context switching, see, without affecting the general purpose registers. So this was the example. So mode switching and register backup. Exceptions and interrupts trigger a mode switch, automatically saving CPSR into SPSR. So usually the current program is always saved into SPSR whenever context switch occurs. I mean, what to say? Exceptions and interrupts are happening. Privilege mode is required to modify or access bank registers and SPSR. The SPSR is used to restore CPSR when returning to the previous mode. This more important note can be read by you guys just by pausing the video. The next part, we can talk about state and instruction set, which is very a small part. It just says about 3 instruction sets: ARM, thumb and diesel. ARM is like when processor is ARM state, thumb state when it is in thumb state, diesel mode for Java bytecodes. So if J and T both are 0, it's in ARM state. If T is 1, thumb state. If J is 1, diesel state. So key feature: ARM is 32-bit, thumb is 16-bit, and Jazelle is hybrid software execution for Java bytecode. Interrupt marks. You can also see this more general few resistance stuff. Interrupt marks, there are 2. One is interrupt request and fast interrupt, IRQ and FIQ. So if you want to mask as IRQ, then you just make the I bit as set to 1, and same goes for FIQ, F bit set to 1. Condition flags, which we spoke about earlier, which is there in that diagram. Let me show the diagram. See, if you see here, this is the INF, this is the thumb state, processor mode. So 1 0 to 8 7, so it is 8, this 2 is 8. Here you have Jazelle and another other flags. So Q is saturation, okay, so Q and J. N is negative when the output results in 1, 0 when the output results 0, carry, unsigned carry occurs, overflow, signed overflow occurs, saturation, if overflow saturation occurs, like if saturation occurs or overflow occurs. Then conditional execution is nothing but under particular condition flags the execution occurs, like conditional execution allows selective execution of instruction based on CPSR condition flags. Just based on the condition the execution occurs. So you have to remember not everything is required, but most of them is very easy, like C equal, not equal, carry set, carry clear. If you remember once, C S carry, this is set, this is clear, negative, positive, overflow, no overflow. So V is for overflow, we know in the condition flags. Just S is for overflow and C is for not overflow. HI, unsigned higher, unsigned lower, signed greater. So this is greater, less than, greater than, sorry, greater or equal, greater than, less than or equal, always execute. So it's very simple. Example usage, they have used subtract R1 from R1, and they have given us, so subtract 1 from R1 and update class. So number one is a value, it's just a value. So from R1 you have to subtract R1, giving the value 1. BEQ, label, branches to label if the 0 flag. So that concludes that particular topic, and then we can move to the next topic. If you check in the syllabus, where is it? Sorry. So we have completed just registers and CPSR. We have to go for pipeline, exceptions, and interrupts. It's not very lengthy. Pipeline is general topic and will get over soon. Exceptions and interrupts are like very repeated ones and related topics. So this also won't take much time. Vector table is all related to these things, and it's, I think you already know. Just you don't know about that yet. And we'll finish the core extensions in the next video.